You guys, it is Mary.
And
Leave us a like,
subscribe,
share,
and comment
down below. Because today we are reviewing season 10, episode 3 and 4 of Sister Wives, and we're going to get right into it, you guys.
Yes.
I finally know why Mary. Well, I mean, I feel like I've been knowing why, but we're getting more history,
the deep history of the problem between
Janelle and Mary.
Yes,
we found out how she slithered her way like a snake into the relationship between Mary and Cody. Janelle, I like you. I really do. But what you did was foul. And you cannot sit here and tell me 30 years later you don't know why she don't like you.
Look, we thought Robbie was gangster, but we gotta look at Janelle. Janelle was not playing no games.
But you know,
so tell us how she did it.
But I always said I feel like Robin and Janelle are kind of one and the same. Because I feel like
you always said that.
Because I honestly feel like Robin doesn't really romantically like Cody like that. But she chose a man who probably is not her type. Probably is not who she is.
Yeah.
You know, maybe sexually or romantically attracted
I don't
to.
think so.
And she went with this guy because she knew he would get her to where she wants to be.
He's a stable guy, and he was able to take care of her.
Yes, she had 9 years of hell
for her children. Exactly.
She had 9 years of hell as a single mother, and she said, "I will not let my lower desires guide me this time."
Look, love and lust is not necessary.
It has no place here
for this relationship. Yeah.
Yes.
And, you know,
my lower desires will not rule me. That's what we're gonna call this episode.
I'll be right back there for you.
But yes, you guys. Apparently, Janelle and Mary were very good friends before she even met Cody. I guess they were friends for like maybe 2 or 3 years, and then
2 years. They knew each other.
Yes. And mind you, Mary is very important for you guys to know. Mary and Cody did not have a honeymoon. But apparently what happened was, I guess they didn't really have money in the beginning.
They surely didn't.
So they decided to move into a part of Janelle's house.
Janelle apparently already owned her own house.
Yes.
And they decided to rent a part of the house.
And they were hanging out, the three of them.
The 3 of them always and around.
Yes. And I guess, I know Mary said, well, I started thinking maybe, you know, Janelle should be a part of the family. But we know it was Cody who did. Because that man looked too damn happy in the pictures with her when he was younger.
Yeah. Anytime Mary says, I was thinking.
Cody was thinking for you.
He manipulated you into thinking it's your idea. And it's not. So we already know that, Mary, that was Cody's idea.
Yes. So basically that's what happened or whatever. And so, but the thing is, Mary probably did not even think Janelle was a threat. Because mind you, she was not in polygamy. She was a Mormon.
And remember, Janelle was married to Mary's brother for 11 months. Yes, girl. She was married to Mary's brother for 11 months. Can you imagine
your friend who's married to your brother now decides it did not work out. She decides that, she's going to hop out of Mormonism, hop into polygamy, and then she look at you, she look at your man, and next you know, her man is putting a ring on your finger.
Yes. And so it was like
as soon as she went to polygamy, the courtship started immediately.
And that's what Cody said. He said as soon as the courtship was a done deal, as soon as she joined their church, courtship started, and very soon after that, we're talking about months, he married Janelle. I think it was like a 5-month courtship, something like that. And then he took her away on a honeymoon, but
never married.
He never took Mary on a honeymoon.
So also I feel like Janelle also helped him financially.
I think so.
That's why I think so.
Yes.
Because that's why she is the breadwinner.
Home.
Yes, because I think that she was the breadwinner as well. He was not. They were renting a place in her home, but they got married. So now they're probably thinking, how can we work on this business stuff?
Yes, and remember, someone told us in the comments, because I thought they didn't have a degree. They said Janelle had a bachelor's in accounting.
And I think she had a master's, I think.
And those accountants, they make money. I had one of my best
accountants
friends.
Make buku money.
When he graduated summa cum laude in accounting, he was in the School of Commerce. And let me tell you, that man was making from college. In fact, they came and recruited him from college. He already knew he was going to be clocking about $70,000 a year. And in those days, we talk about 1990, I don't know, 3, in those days, that was a lot of money. That was a lot of money, and that's with a bachelor's degree. You can imagine what money Janelle was making.
I'm sure Janelle helped this man, helped build him up and all this stuff. I think so. And she really helped him get his finances. Because how do you go from not being able to afford a honeymoon to being able to take her on a honeymoon?
Yes, took her on a honeymoon. And so when they came back, Mary was very angry.
She was very upset because her and Cody had been inseparable. Now he's here dating this woman. He's on courtships. He's taking her away for a honeymoon that I never got to go on. And now
she became very territorial.
Yeah, and very, as Cody, I say, very clingy.
Said, yes.
Really?
Why would she not be clingy?
You done stabbed her in the chest and in the back.
I know.
And then my thing is also, who needs friends when you have enemies as snakes like that?
Janelle.
I'm sorry, Janelle, but the way you did Mary, how do you not think? Well, how do you not understand how she would have issues unless you somehow in your own head decided I'm gonna make this like she probably did what men do.
Cody was messy too, though.
But listen,
this is what she knows. I don't care how close they were. Cody also was very messy.
No, but the thing is, I always talk about this. We always talk about this. Yeah. You have to have loyalty to your girlfriend first. Yes. I'm not gonna sit here. Y'all have moved into my house. You're thinking this is just a friendship.
Yes.
I'm dating your brother. I break off that marriage to go and now
because she was married.
Yeah, to now go and be with your man. Where they do that at?
I don't know.
Where they do that at?
Janelle.
So I just think now I see why. So Janelle, you come in here years later talking about in the whole therapy session. I don't want to rehash the past.
Yeah, she did not want.
I bet you don't want to rehash the past because you is a snake.
We're gonna start from before we got married. Before you got married to Cody. Oh, that's why she didn't want to rehash the past.
Exactly, but I feel like she was dead wrong. Even I would know. But I feel like, we always call, Janelle bro or that man over there. But I feel like the reason why I say that is because she probably did what a lot of men do. Mm-hmm. Like they try to make it work in their mind and try to retwist the truth so that makes them feel better about what they're doing. Exactly. And I think that's why what she did. That's why she's thinking, oh, why is she mad? And this was a beautiful union.
Yeah, and Janelle, she had said before that a lot of guys had asked her out, but she
always knew
that it was Cody that she would end up with.
So the whole time I'm here telling you about my man, you here putting the moves on him. And you know what I'm thinking also? I'm sure she had been plotting and planning this. That's why she even said, come and rent a house in my house. Because she gonna probably seduce him.
And they said all of a sudden, anywhere they, what's her name? Mary and Cody went, Janelle was there. They were like the Three Musketeers.
That is some snake shit. We talk about gangster shit. Let's talk about snake shit. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
I mean, whew.
That is some. Listen,
I tell you,
me personally,
I can see why Mary's hurt. No matter how much she tries to say she's my sister wives, and I don't care how many times Cody tries to say it's Mary who goes and finds these women. No,
it's you, boo.
Cody, please miss us with that. Even Robin. Remember they said that they met Robin in a party from the church. But Robin said she saw Cody. They made a connection.
Well, she said
after a church service, she looked at his eye.
Well, she said she had been seeing him at church. And she said she always thought he was an idiot because he had several wives.
Oh, please.
Well, you're wife number 4, so what does that make you?
But first of all, she is lying.
And I know she's lying. Because
she always wanted a plural marriage. So why would she look down on him when you have always wanted a plural marriage? And the reason why you left that other man because he didn't want polygamy.
Well, he was some dustball
He also could afford polygamy. How about that? It's not that he didn't want it. The man could not afford it. And at least give him, because there are some men who are in polygamy and they can't afford it. Their wives are on welfare.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought you said they're working. Well, I was going to say, well, Cody's what?
But do you see what I'm saying? So at least he's providing for his family.
But he still needs help of his wives.
Yeah. But the one thing that I liked about this therapist with Mary and Janelle was to try to show them that both of them have
flaws,
but both of them have certain ways of thinking. Janelle cannot just, she's not creative like that. So, like for this Thanksgiving stuff that they were doing, that it was a task that they were going to do together. Janelle comes in, kind of like how a man will do. and say, I'm coming to plan. Like how Cody went to the investors and he wanted them to help him give him advice on a business plan, and the investor had to say, we don't do that here. Janelle went to Mary with some cans that she had spray painted. It looked a hot mess. Came to Mary and was like, oh, I thought this is the planning phase. Mary, her planning phase is, I am actually going to make centerpieces completely and bring them, and you will see if you like this and what and you will bring yours, and we will see how we're going to do it.
Yeah.
So when Janelle showed up with just the spray paint cans, Mary, you could see Mary wanting to say something, but she looked at them. I think she remembered her therapy session, and Janelle was like, I mean, you can do them however you want. And Janelle was like, bless her heart, I could see Mary fighting not to say anything. And so Mary looked at the cats and she says, this is fine. It really is fine. Okay. And they use those cans and they put the flowers in them, and she covered it with a ribbon. So they were saying that through the years, Mary will be very confrontational. If something's going on that needs to happen in the house, she would just tell Janelle like that. And then I don't even understand why you can't do that.
Well, do you
not understand?
Well, I'm shocked at the way that she has changed, though, because it's literally like. It's like Janelle has taken on Mary's personality, and Mary has taken on I feel like Janelle has taken on Mary's personality, where Janelle, she can't be not confrontational, but she'll just tell you how it is. Mary is now more silent, and she doesn't really say how it is
because she's always crying. I think with her,
and she's holding it in.
Much hurt that as soon as she starts to talk, she dissolves into tears, and she doesn't want that because she said it makes her feel vulnerable, and then that's why she puts up her walls. But yeah, I feel as they kind of changed.
Yeah, because I feel like Mary has lost herself. She was this person who talked to set her mind. She was free of that. She got with Cody, who kind of brings her like this. And it's like she doesn't even say what she wants to say or say what she feels.
His personality is so big, and he doesn't allow them to shine.
He shines enough for 20 people.
Yeah, but he doesn't allow them to shine or to say, especially with Mary. As soon as Mary talks, he's like, right shut up, please, to shut her down. Yeah, exactly. And so we even saw where Mary was doing the table and she had put long tables, and Cody was like, "Why are you doing the long tables?" And she was trying to explain to him, and he was about to get on her, and she said, "Oh, Christine told me to." And then he looks at Christine. And Christine looked at him.
I sure did.
She said, Cody, remember, you were thinking that the long tables would be elegant. He's looking at her like, trying to remember, was I? And Christine, she'd be lying with a straight face. And she's like, but I think these are very pretty instead of the round. I surely did. Mm-hmm. So Cody was just like, you all just handle that, because he cannot out-argue Christine. Yeah. So he just walked away.
But it was so funny the way he turned so quickly like...
to Christine. And Chrissy there mixing her little soup.
I sure did.
Yes, I did. And she said, of course I did not, but that's their sister-wife code.
But I also have a theory. Mm-hmm. Cody's now on this TV show. And you know how sometimes he hides behind his wives? I feel like with arguments and stuff like that, like if he doesn't want to deal with his sister wife, he sends another sister wife to go deal with it.
Yes.
I feel like since they've been on this show, Cody has been able to kind of negate his obligations as a husband through the camera. You know what I'm saying? I feel like what he does is he has these tough conversations on camera where really nobody can say too much right? Because it's on TV. Mm-hmm. But at least he could say later on if a wife wants to bring it. Yeah. If a wife wants to bring up that same conversation, you can be like, we've already talked about this and we've already resolved it. Yeah. But really you haven't because it was in front of the camera. Yeah. So I feel like that's what Cody also does. Yeah. So... that's just how I feel about the whole thing with him having conversations and Mary having to be so small. But I always see he's doing these tough conversations with Mary. And even when... wasn't it this episode where they sat down? No, we already reviewed that. It's not. But, she sat down and they were talking about how she was mad at Cody and all this stuff or whatever about what he did and this, that, and the third. Yeah. I feel like he had a tough conversation on camera so he wouldn't have to have it again.
Later on with Mary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Mary, he said he finds it... He said, when I talk to Mary... one, I get confused, but I'm also very exhausted. I mean, who says that on camera Cody. For her to see later on?
I know, like y'all don't think they gonna see this? Like y'all in the confessionals like this, saying all how you feel, your butter butter.
But I don't think they do, because when they were showing some things in the tell-all, Mary was like, "Well, this is the first time I'm seeing that. That is so funny." So I don't think they go back and look. They should, so you can find out what people are really saying about.
No, but I don't think they allow them to see the footage. They let them watch it to when everything comes out.
Yeah, so it can be a surprise, and we all can laugh at them or see how they feel uncomfortable.
Yeah,
you all ain't right.
Y'all damn sure ain't right.
Yeah. But that was it for
episode 3 and 4.
But Hunter came home.
He sure did.
Yeah, he came home from the Air Force training. They put up the lights for him. I love how they put up those lights that go from house to house. Beautiful. And it connects in the center. Yeah. Cody does a really good job with that. So that was awesome.
Yes, y'all. But it's Mary
and Amma.
You guys to like,
subscribe,
share,
and comment
down below.